And I get sick.
No, don't say that.
No, you can't retire. No way.
Well,
Not that I have a new back.
pray for strength. I mean, it takes so much fortitude to keep going.
I don't know how you do it in so many times you've played history.
Yeah, I've really played a lot. You know, it takes to try to play perfectly, to try to drive for 3 hours, stand out on the street, do introductions, and then play. Then drive back 2 hours and do the same thing the next day. Are you going to be on the rest? Yeah, I'm going to rest.
So when did you start over here?
When did I
Cardiff.
Oh, we started, we did some introductions in Cardiff, and I left about noon. We left about 12:30 from Cardiff. And unfortunately, we missed you at Stone Station. Battery. Oh, we did see it.
If it went off the demonstration, I should have a picture. I mean, I had 2 or 3 that didn't want to go off, and it finally
Sorry
did.
about the organ yesterday.
If it went off, I should have. Reminisce.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to let them know you're here. Oh, great. Oh, great.
He was doing a regular.
Oh, was he really? Was he good at working on it? Yes. Is that the Bath Abbey? Yeah. I doubt not many.
He's got a tiny thing in the back of the neck. Miriam. What's her name?
I'll just follow you.
You finished eating?
Yeah.
Caribbean, she took a family 45.
But when you go somewhere on Sunday, I thought the tax was included in the price.
Well, it's funny.
Like on a hotel bill, the CTA was 17.5%.
But that make it sneaky by not telling you. And then, oh, there it is. Pretty pretty. Well, and look, you can say this is your ancestral Scottish home.
Where are we going to take this picture?
Right over here. Right over here, Grandma.
Excuse me.
Another one.
I charge.
The first tour to Europe.
I want to get. Can you download your pictures you've been taking?
We got it. I don't know about the rest of you, but anyway, I hope you all have had a good time. I know there have been some frustrating times, like today when I was supposed to have been in them. See, where's I supposed to have been? Stonehenge. And we were doing introductions in Cardiff, and it always takes twice as long to do something. You know, television, you hurry up and wait. So I apologize, and I take all the responsibility for not getting there when I'm supposed to. Anyway, you know, it takes a lot of different people to make one of these tours work. I always tell at my concerts, didn't I tell you the other night that I always say, you know, for those of you who watch The Joy of Music, just so you know that we're suffering to bring it to you. And we are suffering. We're all suffering. Because it, you know, it costs a lot of money to come over here and bring everybody, and you have to work long hours, and you have to meet all kind of situations. And see, what was it that happened yesterday? Oh yeah, the organ broke down. And it was an American organ, of course. So and Keith got in the back of the organ and took it apart. I don't know what he did. Usually they get food stuff in every organ.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can do that. Or
Okay. Hey, Diane. Diane,
Yes?
come over and pull out the 32, so I can see what stop you're
the comes to be
using.
alone.
Okay. Is the magnet absolutely square? Now, if I touch this with the circuit board, it's not going to do it. Oh, I see exactly.
I'm afraid that we could blow out the whole
No,
organ.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about burning the circuit board out.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather, I can do it, I can play with it.
Well, turn it off.
No.
All right, hold on. I can't. I got 3 voices talking. Hold on.
I can play with it going.
Diane, I'm right. No, I'm right there. I see the magnet. Hold on. Now, will this thing? Short that other circuit board with a flashlight. Someone hold that for me. Sure. It's definitely loose, so I can feel it. But how do I reposition it? You there, Paul? Take it away. What? Okay, so just take it away, and then.
Gone, it's gone.
All right. Okay.
Good.
All right.
See if it's
You're not
Yeah.
going to be able to use that stuff.
Great.
Okay. All right. All right. We got it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You can leave the back off. Yeah.
Okay. Let you talk with Tim or whoever. Thanks for your help. Appreciate it.
And then in Edinburgh, you all don't know it, but we got in big trouble in Edinburgh. The organist was out of town, but his wife was there, and we went in the day before to practice, and I thought, oh, maybe we could just get a couple of numbers recorded. Well, she just had a fit that we did that, and so we were in big trouble, so we took her out to lunch the next day. and her name was Harris, and Mary and I met her at the door, and she said, "Now, shall I call you by your first name, or shall I call you Watson?" And her name was Harris. And I went, "Oh no!" And she said, "Well, at least you could know the name of the organist." And my face turned green, but anyway, it ended up okay. Sure. See, now that was that. Now let me see. What else happened? Anything else?
Yes, the hotel.
My eyes blurred too. We're completely blank from everything. But anyway, it was too bad that I didn't get to introduce you to our team the first night that we were all together. But you all know our audio engineer was Keith Novosel, and you all know Keith by now. Keith, why don't you tell them what you do in Florida? And where you're from, and don't tell them everything.
I have I live in South Florida. Actually, Jim and I live right behind each other, and how I first met Jim was Jim actually came into my nightclub that I own down there in Delray Beach.
I was a dancer.
Yeah.
Chippendale thing.
And he found out that I also do audio, and I'm also a musician, and oddly enough, what I do is I'm a piano player by trade, and I have a nightclub called Huge Organs, which was a play on the word huge organs. So we have pipes literally, organ pipes literally on my stage at the club. Different story altogether, but it just worked out that I happen to now actually am an audio engineer for Huge Organs. So.
He's been with it.
Yeah, it's not quite as bad as it sounds. Just trust me on that. It's just our sense of humor down there. You like that? Okay.
Keith is a good singer too. I wish you could hear him sing. But anyway, so he's done a great job for us. And you know, it's really hard to know how to mic these organs because they're all over the church and they're way up high on the wall, and it's really it's really difficult. So I thank Keith for doing such a great job. And then Mr. Jim Haney, who's been with us for years, and I always tell every year, Jim Haney started the television, what do you want to say, ministry. He ran the TV department at Coral Ridge Church when we first started. Why don't you tell us something about yourself, and please keep it short.
I'm good looking. I'm getting old. It's hard to carry the equipment around. But I stay tuned up with the joy of music. I talk to him on the phone every day. I had some of the programs. Actually, I had my one room in my house is strictly the joy of music. All the tape machines and stuff for dubbing and editing are in that one room. And just try to keep.
I think you have editing equipment in the bathtub.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one room in this house, it's the bathroom.
I have one bathroom that I made into an announce booth.
Oh.
Yeah. So it doesn't echo.
Good.
Yeah, there's no good acoustics in there. An announce booth for a person to do voiceovers. Yeah.
That's why she didn't want to do
No, it
voiceover.
doesn't echo off the wall. I think I'm gonna sit down now.
Jim knows everything about all the latest equipment, and you know, we started 20 years ago, and when we started 20 years ago, we used to have 1-inch tapes. They used to be like this big, and a 20-year-old 1-inch tape is about to go bad now, so he is trying to get everything on, what, DVDs?
Well, take it from the 1-inch tape that we originally did the masters on and put it on Betacam and DV so that we preserve them.
Give that small.
Not quite that small.
So anyway, that's real good, and hopefully we can do that. But that takes a lot of time. So I appreciate Jim. He's just great. I mean, and he does so much for the joy of music, and so I really thank him. And then I want to thank Don Piper. Now, Don has been with us a lot on the tours. He hasn't been with us for a couple of years. But tell them something about yourself. Put that camera there.
Well, it's been a couple of years since I've been with the tour, and
Probably a couple more for you.
I had forgotten why I hadn't been with the tour for a couple of years.
But now you remember.
Now I remember, but I really do enjoy it a lot. I teach a fairly. I can't read the words.
Put it up, get your hand up. Crinkle, crinkle.
I've done that down at the bar.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
But I like working a lot with Diane. I really enjoy what she's doing. I really feel like this show is touching not only music lovers in terms of appreciation of music, but also it is a way to propagate the gospel. And I'm at the point in my life now where that's what I really want to do. I want to do things that matter. And I spent the last couple of years working on a project that just completed, and I'm glad that one's over with, and it was a fun project. So I teach, I edit for Diane, as well as enjoy the bondage tours when we get a
God,
chance.
they call them the binge bondage tour.
yeah, right.
Did you tell them already?
I think you put a T in that someplace.
No.
Oh, Regent University in Virginia Beach.
That was last Saturday.
Oh, let's see.
Who else do I have around here? Ah! Now you can't do a shoot without having somebody run the show. And this year it's been Mr. Tim Thompson. Now Tim used to work for the Joy of Music, but he quit. He couldn't stand it anymore. And he went to be, what's your title, music director?
Music director, full-time. And I was only part-time with you.
Yeah, that's right. He was only
So-
part-time with the Joy of Music, but now he's full-time music director. Tell him about yourself.
Oh, just at the Church of Bloomington. Handle the music, but here this past year I've got a chance to preach about once a month, so that's a new challenge for me. I'm excited to do that, and then whenever I get a chance to work with the Joy of Music, that's always an additional challenge and a growing experience. So
And it gives him a sermon topic on trials and tribulations.
I can preach for a year on just a Joy of Music tour.
When he forgets what pain is like, he agrees to go on one of these.
Life is too easy. Let's work with Jim Haney for a while.
Right.
Well, Tim has done a fantastic job because, you know, I mean, he's had to drive and he has to dole out money and go to the bank and run after water and give people maps and tell people where to come and tell people where to go and mostly tell people where to go. And so he's done a great job and we really appreciate him. And so give him a hand.
Yeah.
And Mary and I went shopping in Wales
St. David's.
at St. David's. Well, we got just a...
I feel a jig coming on.
Your first tie, Jim.
A jig.
The first tie.
Those are very nice.
Aren't they nice?
That's my favorite.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
I have the finest collection of ties.
They're all new. They're all new.
And they're still new.
Special ties from Wales here.
Beautiful.
From St. David's. Yeah, aren't they nice? You probably haven't worn a tie for 10 years. Okay, well, we've had some helpers, and one of them is Cal. Cal, where are you? There you are, and Cal's been fantastic. He just runs the equipment up and down, and he's really here on the tour, but he has, and we have collared him, and he has run up and down the stairs a million times. And
Can I
Yes.
add a word on that?
oh yes, go ahead.
Cal?
Yes.
I first met Cal the 2 tours ago on the Germany-Switzerland tour, and he really kind of wanted to start helping out back then. So he helped us a lot back then. But then on this tour, it was even kind of more critical because I had back surgery last year, and there was no way I could carry some of the heavy stuff. And you know, Jim's been getting old too. He can't carry stuff. So Cal has been a huge help, and I didn't get a chance to thank him, but I wanted to thank him in front of everybody. And thank you very much for that.
And not only that, but he has loaned us his phone to use to make telephone calls because we've been out of touch with the whole world. But here's just a little note, and if you already have this, you send it in and we'll send you something else.
I know.
Thank you
So much.
You're just fantastic.
Oh. In my 3 years of